What if I tell you former President Donald Trump is also a lover of futuristic flying cars? Not just a lover of it, but an advocate who believes America could lead the revolution of vertical takeoff and landing vehicles and how it can be adopted to our transport system. Today, we look at how this piece of support from one man can bolster and accelerate flying car adoption and diverse opinions of tech enthusiasts about futuristic flying cars. On the 3rd of March 2023, a video was released where the Republican presidential candidate expressed his interest in the adoption of flying cars. In the video, he also mentioned building smart cities as one of his major plans if he gets elected to the presidential seat. Adoption and production of flying cars could get ramped up as this piece of message from the former president could serve as a go-ahead for the automotive industry to fully see flying cars as the next big thing. It's quite surprising that most American companies pushing flying car evolution are startups, and we've seen how these startups have been facing one problem or the other. Some couldn't prevent being bankrupt due to a lack of monetization. This includes Terrafugia, Moyar International, and Kitty Hawk, which was backed by Google co-founder Larry Page. Automotive OGs like Ford, General Motors, and Tesla are less interested in vertical takeoff and landing cars, and you could barely see any news that these companies show interest in adopting flying cars. If flying cars are the future of transportation, how rapidly can the whole industry get adapted to it? In the 4-minute video, Donald Trump called for a quantum leap in the American standard of living. Just as the United States led the automotive revolution in the last century, I want to ensure that America, not China, leads this revolution in air mobility, said Trump in the video. We are all aware of Trump's stance on China, and he would do anything not to make America revolutionary behind China in technology. His plan to build 10 futuristic free cities and flying cars that depict a mental picture from a sci-fi movie. The backing from Trump for flying cars is a strange one to the public, maybe due to his opinion about electric vehicles. Trump is perceived to be skeptical, if not ambivalent, about electric vehicles, as he sees them as an existential threat to petroleum, which is one of the biggest sources of revenue for the government. During his administration, he boycotted a bipartisan deal to extend a tax credit for electric car buyers. Most flying cars are continuing the revolutionary journey of clean energy, as most of the existing prototypes of vertical takeoff and landing cars are powered by lithium-ion batteries. You can check our previous video about flying cars for more information on this. With that being said, is Trump's promise of adopting flying cars truly a genuine one, or just a mere political strategy? Okay, let's look at the diverse opinions of tech enthusiasts on why flying cars may not be the future the automotive industry is heading to. In 2017, Elon Musk told Bloomberg that the flying cars concept is a dumb idea. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO, who is known for his interest in revolutionary projects such as EV, AI, autonomous driving, colonizing Mars, and so on, saw nothing futuristic about flying cars. He believed they were not actual cars, since they were vertical takeoff and landing. He also never believed that they could be the solution for traffic congestion, as many prototypes of flying cars need movement on runways before taking off. Maybe that's why he created a boring company as an alternative to that. In the interview, he cited problems like noise pollution and a rise in anxiety as a result of heavy and noisy flying cars buzzing around our heads. He says, if somebody doesn't maintain their flying cars, it could drop a hubcap and guillotine you. All this was in 2017, and his opinion about flying cars has changed since then. In 2019, Elon shared a GIF of a flying car and said Tesla's new Roadster will replicate it. Elon also said in a separate tweet that Tesla will use SpaceX technology and add a new thruster to the Roadster, equipping it with the ability to fly. Tesla adopting flying cars started getting more plausible to the public in 2021 after a Twitter handle @TeslaOwnersV posted a video of a Tesla Roadster model and captioned it, "Can't believe this car can fly. SpaceX package gonna be unreal." Elon Musk replied in the tweet that the car can fly a bit and said he always laughed at flying cars before and he's now making one. He claimed the upcoming Roadster's rocket thrusters will go 0 to 60 meters per hour in 1.1 seconds. Other tech enthusiasts, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, claimed helicopters are existing flying cars, and flying cars are nothing to be excited about. He claimed that helicopters operate on the same principles as flying cars, as both create a downward thrust equal to their weight. With Trump's recent support for vertical takeoff and landing cars, flying car startups could potentially get support from the government and tax credit if he gets elected. This could increase the wide adoption of flying cars in the automotive and aviation industry. The lack of enthusiasm and sentiment from the automotive industry and the general public could change as adoption from the government emerges. Apart from public sentiments facing flying cars, the high-end prices of flying cars are also a challenging one. It's hard to see a flying car below $200,000, which doesn't make it an economical option. Moreover, government adoption could bring down their prices. There may even be an increase in competition in space, which could force the high price down as more automotive companies start producing flying cars. With that being said, a possible increase in demand can also play its part in lowering the prices. Do you believe flying cars can be widely adopted or will remain as side alternatives? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and check out our other interesting videos about cars.